So Kato and I are out for a morning training walk session, and the purpose of this part of the session is to basically replicate what would happen on a day-to-day basis living with a pet. And that is, you want to go for a walk in the country, and as you can see the mountains in the background, it doesn't get any countrier than this. And of course we want to do that because we want to let our dogs have a nice life and get some exercise and run around and sniff and do dog things. But at the same time, you never know when you're on a walk like this, or even around your own front yard mowing the grass, what you may encounter unexpectedly. I don't know if the UPS man is going to come down the driveway here. A neighbor may stop by. We may see turkeys, deer, dogs, whatever. But the point of this is to replicate that, letting the dog relax, letting him go do his normal doggy things, and then intermittently call him back under control. And as you can see in watching the dog, he goes off and does his own thing here and there, but you'll see him look back at me and check in on me. And those are some of the first signs I'm looking for. When I first started working with Kato, you really didn't see that tendency to check back in. He just kind of got engrossed in whatever he was doing, and that was that. So calling him away from things was problematic, which is of course why we're working with him. So in a moment I'm going to call him back in, but I'm going to let him do his own thing and we won't record him here. So we're back. Kato's feeling faster than ever. And we'll start practicing here a little bit. Kato, come. Good boy. Good boy. And again, I want him to be able to dial in, and I'm encouraging his eye contact here. Good boy. Free. That's a good boy. And now I'm going to let him just wander off again. Kato, you're free. Good boy. One of the things that's most widely misunderstood about dogs in general, but particularly dogs bred over lines for work, my personal opinion, they're happy working. They're bred to do things, to want to do things. A pet has no function. Simple commands give a lot of these dogs that function, that sense of purpose they might normally have with a group of dogs. Good boy. Let's go, Kato. Atta boy. So he's free to move around, do whatever he wants, run, sniff, as long as he is responsive to my commands when I need him to. Kato, down. Good boy. I would use that command. It's often referred to as an emergency down, but basically I want him to down on the spot. And I would have used that if I were down in the park and along came a dog I didn't anticipate, a group of children running and playing with a ball, a car coming. No, down. Good boy. I need the dog to hit that down and hold that down until I've told him it's the all clear. Good boy. Kato, free. He heard the tarp there flapping in the wind, which is why he whipped his head suddenly. Kato, let's go. So we're heading into the barn here. Good boy. That's a good boy. Very good. And I'm going to, again, replicate what might be a day-to-day situation. We'll let him have a little slurp of the community bucket there. As you can see here, we're in a horse barn. The horses are out at the moment, but I'm going to ask him when he's done his water here to hold it down for me. Kato, down. Good boy. And obviously that was a little slow. Good boy. Down, stay. Good boy. And then I'm just going to open up some stall doors. Good stay. move off out of his sight. Maybe turn on a fan here. Just doing things that would normally provoke the dog's curiosity. Hey, what are you doing? Good down. Good boy. Why can't I see what you're doing and be with you? Good boy. Good down. Good boy. Good boy. Good down. Good stay. But for him to be accomplished at this sort of thing, like any of us, he needs to practice. So now I'm going to step out of sight behind the door. And I've gone out of the building, which for a shepherd in particular is even more. Oh my gosh, where are you going? You're leaving without me. Good boy. Good down. Very good. That's a good boy. And to some degree, you need to experiment with each dog as to what is more critical to them or more difficult. Good boy. So I'm going to go through a closed door here. Good down. Good stay. And his eyes tightened just a little bit when he saw me touch that door. Good boy. And this is similar to the "what are you doing in the bathroom? Why can't I be in there with you?" syndrome that most dogs have. Good boy. Very nice, Kato. Good down. Good boy. Good down. And again, I'm going to use the commands that he's responding to, that I want him to have value for, in my praise. Good down. Very nice. And I'm going to reward the down by dropping the food there on the ground and attracting him to down being the producer of that reward. Now I'm going to release him by asking his attention. Kato. Good boy. Free. Good boy. And now he's free to move about the country, so to speak. Good boy. All right, Kato. Let's go for a walk. So we're back here coming up to a wooded area on the road. You can see somebody, probably fox or coyote, has marked the field out here, and that's got his interest. Kato, let's go. So I'm just going to ask that he come along with me. Again, he does not have to stay right with me. What I expect from him is when I give him that command, let's go, that he move along in my direction. That's the requirement of the command as he understands it when we're off leash. So as you can see down the driveway here, it's rather attractive to a dog. We have forest on this side and open field on the right side. And of course we have skunks that are out here every night hunting grubs or whatever skunks like to eat, and fox and the occasional coyote, bears. So it is a potpourri of all types of interesting scents. My own dog loves to come through here and look at the squirrels and follow them from tree to tree. So it's very intriguing. So we haven't spoken to him in a little while, but you see the head check back, just making sure. Kato, come. Good boy. And again, I'm just dialing him in here. Hey, come. Good boy. He's not sure what I'm doing with the camera. Good boy. Again, we're going to encourage the eye contact. Good boy. And then the reward. Free. And then we'll release him. Good boy, Kato. You're free. And he can go off and do his own thing again. So by practicing these random recalls, you essentially are training into the dog to always have an awareness of his handler, to be ready to stop what he's doing and turn around immediately. There's very little benefit in putting dogs in stays and calling them to come. That's not the real world. That's not how we're really going to use it. Generally speaking, you've had your dog loose and you randomly need him to come to you, either out of the backyard because you're bringing him into the house, or because of a situation like this, you're out on a walk, something's coming, you need the dog to respond back. I'm going to shoot a little panoramic here just to give you an idea of not only how beautiful, but just how wild the environment is that we're in. We're surrounded by the mountains on all sides, and of course this is an open field which the deer cross through, bed down in at night. There's all sorts of creatures that call this place home. And so it's very interesting for the dog, but it's also quite a bit of temptation. One of the benefits of walks like this that also helps the training is the relationship that you're forging with your dog. You become the facilitator of this interest. He gets to basically, like right now, he's reading page 23 of the doggy newspaper. Who was here? What kind of creature was he? He's sniffing places where different animals have been and looking around and enjoying the day the same as you are. And because he's out with you, that's associated with you, and that just reinforces your friendship and therefore the dog's desire to want to please you.